Justice may be near for the family of a 7-year-old girl shot and killed in southwest Baltimore last summer. Closing arguments are now underway in the murder trial of the man accused of murdering little Taylor Hayes. WJZ is live right now. Rachel Menentoff explains the final arguments made this afternoon from both sides. Rachel.
Rick, the prosecution is asking the jury to find Keon Gray guilty of first-degree murder and attempted first-degree murder, but the defense says this case is full of reasonable doubt. Prosecution laid out a timeline of events from July 5th, 2018. They say this case, quote, tore at the conscience and character of the city. In their closing arguments, prosecutors say that Taylor Hayes was with her godmother, Darnell Holmes, her boyfriend, Malik Edison, and their 7-year-old daughter. They were running errands when they hit heavy traffic along Edmondson Ave in northwest Baltimore. Prosecutors showed traffic camera video from that day and explained that Keon Gray was driving erratically in a white Mercedes. They go on to explain that Gray and Holmes both pulled over in traffic and got into a heated argument about Gray's irresponsible driving. Prosecutors say that's when Gray got back into his car, circled around the block, and waited for Holmes to drive by in her blue Acura so that he could fire shots in her direction. The prosecution says the shots meant for Darnell Holmes instead struck 7-year-old Taylor Hayes, who was sitting in the backseat of the car. Taylor died 2 weeks later after a courageous fight for her life. The prosecution argues that the two adults who were in the car at the time of the shooting identify Gray as the perpetrator. They also note that Gray's DNA was found on one of the airbags found inside the Mercedes, and that cell phone site records place him in the same area as the shooting around the same time. Meanwhile, the defense questions the credibility of the state's two main witnesses, Darnell Holmes and Malik Edison, arguing that the couple was captured on body-worn camera lying to police, not once, but several times. The defense said that on July 5th, Holmes, quote, didn't act like any godmother should act. The defense went on to say that none of the eyewitnesses were ever able to identify Keon Gray in a lineup and that police failed to investigate other tips called into them. The defense just wrapped up its closing arguments. The jury has decided to start deliberating tomorrow morning, so they'll be back out here at the courthouse at 9:15. Reporting live downtown, I'm Rachel Menentoff for WJZ.